Good morning, friends, listeners, and readers of the news agency. Here I am with the third edition of the weekend interview. The guest this week comes from a proud progeny, the ruling line of the Nawabs of Awadh. Meet Manzilat Fatima, the great great granddaughter of Nawab Wajid Ali Shah. Yes, she is a law graduate and she has an array of interests, of which cuisine is one of the most prominent ones. True to her DNA, her fondness for food transgresses geographical boundaries, and she has opened up an eatery in Kolkata where Awadhi and Mughlai food is served for the otherwise fish loving Bengali foodies. She joins us from Kolkata today. Madam, first of all, accept our heartfelt condolences from all of us here at the news agency and in Lucknow at the passing away of Prince Kokab Kudar Sajjad Ali Mirza. There is not much known about him until COVID claimed him a few days back and the news found mention in the media. Could you tell our readers something more about this noble soul, ma'am?
Adab Mohit, thank you for your very kind and honorable introduction. Thank you for having me as your weekend audio interview guest. And it's a great opportunity to be on the news agency today. I thank you and your team for expressing sympathy during this difficult time for our family. Dr. Kaukab Kadir Sajjad Ali Mirza unfortunately became a victim of COVID 19 on 13 September 2020 after a very short illness. You are right, Mohit. Not much is known about my father because he was a very simple man and he kept a very low profile throughout his life. You can understand what a noble soul he was and what a simple man he was because he chose to use the title doctor before his name, unlike his brothers who used the title of prince before their names, like Prince Anjum Kadir and Prince Nayar Kadir, who were his brothers. One was older to him and one was younger. He was always into, uh, he believed that if he has to do something for his forefathers, for his ancestors, he has to do something which will be there forever. Dr. Kaukab Kadir Sajjad Ali Mirza was the last surviving great grandson of King Wajid Ali Shah and Begum Hazrat Mahal's ruling line, which extends to Birjis Kadir, who was the last crown king of Awadh, and his son Meher Kadir, and Dr. Kaukab Kadir was the son of Meher Kadir. So that's how the fourth generation, the third generation, if we do not include Wajid Ali Shah, and if we count from Birjis Kadir, Meher Kadir, Kaukab Kadir, that's how it is the third generation. He was the last of the three brothers Meher Kadir had, and he died in Calcutta on 13 September 2020. Dr. Kaukab Kadir is also the was also the senior trustee of Siptanabad Imambara in Mitya Bruj, which was established by Wajid Ali Shah, and he is also buried in the same Imambara. It is also called the Mausoleum of Wajid Ali Shah. Also, Birjis Kadir is buried under the same roof, and Meher Kadir is also buried there, along with his two sons, Prince Anjum Kadir and Prince Nayar Kadir. Dr. Kaukab Kadir, however, was always a little different from his brothers, as in he never used the title of prince; he used the title of doctor, and it was his last wish that he should be buried in the Awadh royal family's burial ground, which he had named as Gulshan Abad, a little uh, a kilometer or more from Mitia Buruj, Imambara, Siptanabad. So he lies buried in Gulshan Abad, away from uh, all his predecessors, so to say. After finishing his doctorate from Aligarh Muslim University on the in Urdu, after finishing his doctorate in Urdu from Aligarh Muslim University on the literary and cultural contributions of Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, he joined the university as a teacher there. Later on, he retired in 1993 as a professor of Urdu. Besides his academic interests, Dr. M. Kokab, as he was popularly known also, he had great interest in billiards and snooker, and it had also become kind of his passion towards in his younger days. And he was the founder secretary of BSFI, as in uh, Billiards and Snooker Federation of India, West Bengal Billiards and Snooker Association, and Uttar Pradesh Billiards and Snooker Association. He was also the chief referee in the first World Championship, which was held in Kolkata uh, way back in 1970s, I guess. Um, and that is how he also had the wish of making me uh, the first the first woman to play in the nationals. I was representing Uttar Pradesh as in the nationals in the year 1980. The rolling trophy of the IBSF World Snooker Championship was designed by Dr. M. Kokab, and it still remains one of the most prestigious trophies in the world of snooker.
Ma'am, as per the history left to us by the Britishers, they recognized Wajid Ali Shah as the 11th and the last Nawab of Awadh. But many people debate that technically the last Nawab of Awadh was Birjis Qadar. Can you please enlighten us and our readers based on the knowledge you have over the matter, ma'am?
Yes, quite naturally and quite obviously, they did not want to recognize Birjis Qadar as the last king, because they were already completing their invasion of North India, and Awadh was the last province that they had invaded, because of all the allegations that they laid on Wajid Ali Shah for maladministration and all that. Uh, so when in the absence of Wajid Ali Shah, it was uh, it was it was a call of the people that somebody should be chosen as the leader of Awadh, under whose banner they could fight against the British. How does one expect that they are going to recognize a leader or a king who is preparing to fight against them? So when when Begum Hazrat Mahal was approached by the talukadars and the nobilities of Awadh, she put her 14-year-old son on the throne, and under whose banner she fought the British as Queen Regent. Uh, he, Birjis Qadar, was recognized by the Emperor of Delhi, Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, and he had sent a sanatnama in which he says that I recognize you as the king. So uh, the British have had already deposed the king as the 11th and last ruler of Awadh. But officially and technically, if you look at Birjis Qadr, he remains the last crowned king of Awadh and the country as a whole.
Fatima ji, there is a lot of confusion on the last days of Wajid Ali Shah. Coming from the family, you would have known authentically whether he was captured by the Britishers and taken to Calcutta, or did he, as some people say, along with his mother and brother, quietly slip into Calcutta because he wanted to sail to London and meet Queen Victoria to complain about the East India Company. It is said that he could never make it because he fell sick. And what do you have to say on this?
There is a very beautiful couplet which was written by my grandfather from my mother's side, who was a great Urdu shair from Lucknow, uh, Janab Fazl Naqvi. He had written one very powerful couplet uh, which summarizes the entire history of Awadh of 1857, 56, 57. जज्बे गम लेके परवाने गए बंगाल में, जज्बे गम लेके परवाने गए बंगाल में, ये अवध की शम्मे आज़ादी बुझी नेपाल में. This couplet very simply means jazba gam leke means the pain of separation or the pain of leaving Lucknow. Parwane. Here, my grandfather Fazl Naqvi has portrayed um, Wajid Ali Shah as Parwana and Begum Hazrat Mahal as Shama, and look at how beautifully he has put the entire history of 1856-57 in a nutshell. It means just bayagam leke parwane gaye Bengal mein. Just bayagam leke parwane means with a heavy heart the Parwana went to Bengal, Calcutta. And ये अवध की शम्मे आज़ादी बुझी नेपाल में. Begum Hazrat Mahal, who is a freedom fighter of the first India's first war of independence. She died in Bengal and in Kathmandu, and she lies buried there. Not many people know about these small nuggets of history. It is very very sad and unfortunate, Mohit.
There are very many personal things about Wajid Ali Shah. Like many people would not know that he wrote more than 100 books. He used to do Ras Leela himself. He composed two Raginis, wrote Banni and Banna folk songs. What do you have to say, ma'am, on this?
So the previous quote is by Dr. Talat Fatima in the opening of her first review of the book she's about to translate. Like she's already done a few chapters, but she is doing this review for the souvenir, which is going to be published soon on the 40th day of Dr. Kaukab Kadir Sajjad Ali Mirza. Now I'm going to quote a passage from one of my father's article about his own thesis, what he has to, how he has to introduce Wajid Ali Shah as he thinks. Wajid Ali Shah's is a controversial name in the political, literary, and cultural history of India. Opinions differ widely about his life, character, and achievements with the passage of time. Instead of bridging up the gulf, has somewhat obscured the vision or strengthened and exaggerated the legends. An appraisal, or rather a reappraisal, of his life and works was therefore long overdue, for every learned treatise is subject, apart from the motives and prejudices of their respective writers, were much too handicapped by paucity of reliable data or ignorance of the language in which such data was and is available. So this is what is the thesis is about, the book written by Dr. Kaukab Kadir Sajjad Ali Mirza. And once this is translated, people, historians, writers, authors will get to see the a very different picture of Wajid Ali Shah, which has not been portrayed the way it should have been. And that will be a turning point in history, as we feel that this book is going to turn a new chapter in history, and we are looking forward for this translation. Wajid Ali Shah was a symbol of secularism, of modern India, pre-independence modern India, and he stood for the Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb. He was a patron of that. He lived his life through it. He has proved through everything that he has written, through every piece of art that he has produced, that he is the epitome of syncretic culture that the country is so proud of. We hope to see a beautiful spiritual character of Wajid Ali Shah very soon once this book is published and it reaches people. It will clear a lot of dust in the minds who are living with sheer ignorance or on hearsay by historians who were writing something which was influenced by you can say by East India Company or by the British mindset, and they did not look at him as an artist should have been looked at. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for sparing so much time to give to us. We know this is a period of bereavement for you and your family, but you have been very kind to have shared these thoughts with us. It only goes to reflect the rich and kind lineage you come from. Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless you. So, this was Manzilat Fatima ji, who spoke to us from Kolkata. Until next week, this is Mohit Dubey signing off.